The 355. The 355 is the story of Mace, who is an undercover CIA agent played by Jessica Chastain. Mace and her partner Nick, played by Sebastian Stan, have to uncover a cyber device that is a terror threat. They have to go ahead and make this trade. Things go sideways in the trade. Nick is killed, and now Mace is left on her own to pick up the pieces, avenge Nick's death, and recover the drive. To do so, she'll need help from a few people. Her British agent friend Khadijah, who's played by Lupita Nyong'o, a Colombian intelligence psychologist caught in the crossfire named Graciela, who's played by Penelope Cruz, and a German intelligence agent named Marie, who is played by Diane Kruger, who is responsible for blowing up the trade in the first place. Together they team up, hunt down the drive, and we have our movie. The 355 is a very average spy movie that we've seen many times before. It has pretty solid action, which elevates the experience, and when you combine that with an easy-to-follow plot, it sets itself up for success. However, after you get past that very first act, it becomes a series of cat and mouse where you feel like our protagonists get extremely close to accomplishing their objective, but then the movie just introduces additional layers that aren't really necessary. You'll find these additional layers to be underwhelming, unnecessary, or just there to lengthen the runtime. Starting off with what I really enjoyed about this movie. There's some great action. The 355 follows 4 intelligence agents who are on the hunt for a cyber device, so they're bound to run into obstacles in the terror threats that they face. And these obstacles are orchestrated very well. The kills and takedowns they execute are creative and crass in some instances, but also subtle and quiet in others. And the movie demonstrates that the balance between the two is necessary, and that they have to tailor their means and methods to the situation at hand. It added a nice variety and intelligence to the film that I ended up really appreciating. Also, the plot is very easy to follow. One of the hardest things for spy and espionage films to land is you have to make a plot that isn't too convoluted to where you start to lose your audience. And the 355 walks that balance nicely. The objective is made clear very early on, and the movie keeps focus on that one objective. Obstacles, twists, and turns might get thrown in the way, but it really only alters the means and methods of our protagonists rather than the overarching goal. You won't feel lost at all, which keeps you invested. Also, this movie does a great job at making each of our protagonists very distinguishable. With many intelligence members in this group, it could be very easy for the movie to just have them all be stereotypical spies. However, the care and time is taken to make each of them unique and demonstrate their different set of skills to us as the audience. Each of their different unique skill sets end up contributing to their overall goal. Without going into spoilers, one might be a cybersecurity expert, the other might be a tactician, and the other might be a bruiser. Each skill set approaches problems differently, and it leads to the aforementioned creativity in the action scenes and the film at large. It keeps you from being bored and feeling like you're watching these characters do the same things over and over and over again. Now, what did I not like so much about this movie? This movie is really awkwardly paced. The 355 has a runtime of just over 2 hours, and it starts off with a really clear, efficient introduction, but thereafter I get a little bit of mixed feelings. The movie approached 2 or 3 points where I feel like it could have just ended, but it just kept going and adding additional layers. Each time our protagonists accomplish a major feat, resolutions are coming, and the movie clearly demonstrates, alright, we're approaching the end, and then it just keeps going for what feels like no reason at all. Also, there's a lot of awkward dialogue and plot lines. For everyone in this movie being an intelligence agent, they make some very awful decisions, and each of these awful decisions leads to more bad things happening and a lot of loose ends. It had me questioning if each of these characters were actually intelligence agents or not, and you might be walking away feeling the same thing. The way that the dialogue and plot sets everything up just makes these intelligence agents all feel very sloppy, and it really hurts the believability of the movie. Additionally, with each of these characters being very distinguishable, which is the strength of the film, the movie tends to reinforce it way too many times. Each of the character introductions is clear, it's concrete, and the movie does a great job in the first act of introducing us to them. But the movie keeps feeling the need to remind you over and over again what makes each of these characters unique, and it gets really annoying. I understand that one of them might be a cybersecurity expert, or one of them might love her family very much, but you don't have to tell me 12 more times and just keep wasting runtime to do so. And lastly, this movie is very not unique, meaning the 355 does nothing to set itself apart from its predecessors. As an action spy film, it has plot, characters, and collaborations that we've seen done in movies many times over. And there's nothing wrong with using formulas like that, but the execution for that formula here is very underwhelming, and it does nothing to add to the genre at large. It takes no risks to elevate itself past being a typical film. It provides you entertainment, but it won't blow you away with anything you've never seen before. Friends, in the end, I'm gonna have to give the 355 a 5 out of 10. It was mediocre. I'd say you can probably skip it and see something else, but if you have no other option, it's not a bad choice. Friends, have you seen the 355? If so, what'd you think of it? You know where the comment section is. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching another Bankrupt Hippo movie review. If you like this, click right here if you'd like to see more. I've been Bryson. Until next time, have a great day.